Hi, it's Dani again, and welcome to video number 3 in our home buyers series. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how much money you will need to spend out of pocket to buy your dream home. So let's get to it. So you've been dreaming about buying your house for some time. You've done some research. You're dreaming of the house with the white picket fence, the perfect yard. But wait. Before you start house hunting, let's talk about how much money you're actually going to need to spend in order to purchase a house. So first up, we're going to talk about down payment. So down payment is what you need to put towards the house. It is your skin in the game. It is called an earnest money deposit. It gets deducted from the balance due at closing. So it's not money that just gets tossed out the window. And you will need to plan on typically 1% of the purchase price. So as an example, if you're purchasing a $300,000 house, you're going to need to plan on putting down 1%. Now, if you're purchasing a house in a super hot market, that percentage may go up. So you'll have to consult with your local real estate agent that you're working with to find out exactly what they think you should put down. Then, depending upon your state, you may also have what's referred to as an earnest money deposit. Then, depending upon your state, you may also have what is referred to as a due diligence fee or deposit. And typically, that is money that goes directly to the seller to compensate him or her for time off market. So what that means is that you go under contract and you have, let's say, an inspection period of 2 weeks. So that home is now taken completely off the market for that 2-week period. And so that is compensation to the seller for doing such. Those amounts vary widely. So just consult with your real estate agent and ask them, first of all, do you even have a fee like that in your state? And if you do, what's a typical amount? And then you're also going to want to make sure that you know if you can or cannot get that money back. In certain states, that is non-refundable unless the seller does something to prohibit the transaction from moving forward. Next, you are going to have to pay an appraisal fee, so whatever that is, to your lender. It gets paid directly to your lender because they are the one that It gets paid directly to your lender because the lender is the one that is paying the appraiser. And the appraisal is to determine the value of the home that you were looking to purchase and make sure that the home value is at least the purchase price so that the bank or the lender knows that it's a good loan, that there's a reason to lend the money because the value supports the purchase price. Once you're under contract, you're going to have inspections. You typically start with a home inspection. If you have well and septic, you should get those inspected as well. You may have a pest inspection. If you live in the South, there's a saying, it's not if you get termites, it's when you get termites. So pest inspections are critical here. I highly suggest that you get a radon inspection. A lot of people think that radon is specific to mountains, and that could not be further than the truth. Radon is everywhere, and it's all across the U.S. So those are all different inspections that you should consider getting, and there's a price tag associated with each of them. Now, after your home inspection is done, the home inspector, let's just say they find electrical issues. They're likely going to tell you that you should consult with a qualified electrician to find out what's going on. So that's going to be likely another inspection cost. So these are just all things to keep in mind. And then lastly, there will be closing costs. And then you will have your closing costs. So closing costs are typically 1 to 3% of the purchase price. Again, it really depends on what those are going to be, but ask your real estate professional if they can give you an estimate upfront on approximately how much your closing costs are going to be so that you have a really good idea of what you're going to need when you get to the closing table. You will know that in advance, but you want to know that up front before you start house shopping. So plan on 1 to 3%. And if you're just starting out, I would plan on the higher side just so you don't have any surprises. And then last but not least, you are going to have moving expenses. So there's a lot of different expenses that come into play, so keep that in mind. Sometimes people think that because they have, let's say, a VA loan with 100% financing, that means they don't have any money out of pocket, and that is absolutely not true. So just all things to take into consideration. I hope this video helped. Be sure to watch the next video by clicking on the link above and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks for watching.